The sky above Sirocco burns with the fire of war. For the first time in your life, you are standing at the edge of history, and you feel it in your bones. The air is thick with the smell of blood and ozone, and you know that this battle will change everything. It is not just a fight for victory. It is a fight for your very soul. The sun of Sirocco is just a thin sliver in the sky, a dim red disk barely visible through the smoke. You stand at the edge of the battlefield, the wind kicking up sand and ash, stinging your face through the mesh of your helmet. The air is suffocating, filled with the sound of blaster fire and the distant thrum of Mandalorian war engines. Around you, the Republic's forces are bracing for a fight they cannot afford to lose. The Mandalorians have made their move again, and this time they are not pulling back. This time, the Republic must face them head-on. You feel the familiar weight of your lightsaber at your side, its hilt pressed against your thigh. You can almost hear the hum of it, a constant, steady reminder of what you are and what you could become. The Jedi are peacekeepers, defenders of justice, but today, you are a soldier, you are a leader, you are Revan, and the galaxy needs you. Your troops line up beside you, clones, soldiers bred for battle, identical in their obedience. Their faces are hidden behind their helmets, but you can feel their presence, a unity forged through shared purpose. You are their general, their commander, their mentor. You have trained with them, fought beside them, bled with them. They are more than soldiers, they are brothers. General Revan, your second-in-command, calls from behind you, his voice clipped through the comms. The Mandalorians are closing in. They have heavy artillery on the horizon. Our position is compromised. You glance to the horizon. The dark silhouettes of Mandalorian war machines dot the landscape, their massive forms like shadows stalking your army. They are here in full force. The Republic's forces have been spread thin across the galaxy, and this world, this battle, will be one of many that determines the fate of the Republic. It will be a bloodbath. Deploy the fleet, you order, your voice steady, calm. We fight for Sirocco, for the Republic, and for our brothers. We do not retreat. We do not surrender. You turn to face your troops, and for a moment, the weight of it all presses on you. The responsibility of their lives, the burden of leadership, the call to defend the galaxy against an enemy that only understands conquest. You push it aside, bury it beneath layers of duty. You are Revan. You do not falter. Forward. For the Republic, you shout, your voice rising above the noise of battle. The battlefield erupts as your forces charge forward, the ground trembling beneath the heavy footfalls of your army. The Mandalorians meet you with a wall of fire, their blasters cracking against the air, sharp and unforgiving. You feel the pull of the Force, the surge of energy that guides your movements, sharpens your reflexes. You lead your forces, your saber ignited, its green blade flashing in the chaos of war. A Mandalorian soldier charges at you, his battle armor glinting in the firelight. You sidestep, your saber cutting through the air in a precise arc. The Mandalorian is down in an instant, his body crumpling to the ground as you push forward. But there is no time to rest. The battle rages on around you. Clones fall, their bodies peppered by Mandalorian fire. You fight with all your skill, your saber flashing, deflecting bolts, striking down enemies with lethal precision. The sound of battle is deafening. The clash of weapons, the explosions, the cries of your brothers, all blending into a cacophony of war. But you are not distracted. The Force flows through you, guiding you, pulling you forward. You strike with purpose, each move a step closer to victory. The Mandalorians press harder. They are relentless, their warriors never giving an inch. You can see their leaders now, massive figures in heavy armor, their helmets gleaming with cold malice. They are not like the droids you fought before. They are soldiers, warriors who live for the fight, and they are here to end the Republic once and for all. But you will not let them. The battle drags on. You lose men. You lose friends. You see the clones, your brothers, falling around you, their bodies littering the battlefield like broken dolls. But still, you press forward. You have no choice. The galaxy cannot afford to lose this fight. General Revan, one of your clones calls, breath ragged, his armor stained with blood. The Mandalorians are deploying their heavy artillery. We can't hold them much longer. You grit your teeth. The artillery could break your forces. They could wipe out the entire Republic army in a matter of minutes. The tide is shifting, and you can feel it. The weight of defeat is closing in, and for the first time you wonder if victory is truly possible. But you cannot, will not, give up. You were bred for this moment, bred for war. Push forward, you shout, rallying your forces with the last of your strength. We hold this ground, or we die trying. For the Republic, the battle grows more desperate. You lead a final charge toward the Mandalorian artillery, your saber blazing, the clones falling in line behind you. The enemy's fire is relentless, but you fight through it. The closer you get, the more you can see the Mandalorian General overseeing the artillery, a massive figure standing tall among the destruction. He looks down at you with cold, calculating eyes, and you know, without a doubt, that this is the moment that will define you. You break through the line of Mandalorians, your saber cutting down anything in your path. You reach the artillery, the massive barrels of their cannons looming in front of you. The Mandalorian general turns, his hand reaching for his own weapon, but you are already there. In one swift motion, you leap toward him, your saber striking through his armor, cutting through his defense like it was nothing. The Mandalorian general falls, his body crumpling to the ground, but even as he dies, the battle is not over. The Mandalorians are still pressing, their soldiers charging, their fire never stopping. You have won the battle for the artillery, but the war is far from finished. You stand tall, saber in hand, blood dripping from the blade. The battle is won for now, but something darker is coming. The war is far from over. The Republic will survive this day, but it will not survive the next unless something changes. And in the back of your mind, you feel it, the faintest whisper, like a shadow passing through your thoughts. There is more to this war than you know. Something darker, something ancient, is moving through the galaxy. There are paths in the Force that no Jedi dare tread. But what is a Jedi to do when their very existence is bound by uncertainty, by conflict, by a war that never ends? The Mandalorian War is not over, but the battle for Serroco is won. Your troops are weary, battle-scarred, but victorious. The Mandalorians retreat, broken, their general slain by your blade. The Republic forces cheer, but the celebration feels hollow in your chest. The wind carries the scent of blood and burnt metal as you stand in the midst of the battlefield, watching the remnants of war smoke in the distance. You feel the heat of the sun beating down, the faint hum of your lightsaber in your grip, a constant reminder of your purpose. Victory should feel sweet, but there is something about it that gnaws at you, a whisper in the back of your mind. The soldiers around you praise your leadership, the generals commend your strategy, but all you hear is the quiet hum of doubt, the uncertainty that has taken root in your soul since the first day you led your men into battle. The Jedi may have trained you to fight for peace, but this endless war, this unrelenting cycle of conflict, is not peace. It is a hollow dream built on the backs of the fallen, a dream that is slowly slipping away from your grasp. The war is not the only thing that has changed. The Force within you feels different now, heavier. When you close your eyes and reach into it, you feel something else. It stirs inside you like a coiled serpent, whispering with promises of power. You were once taught to resist it, to follow the light, but now it calls to you in ways you cannot ignore. You feel it, power, raw, untamed. At first, it was just curiosity, just a fleeting thought in the back of your mind. But now, it is becoming more than that, and you are afraid of what it might mean. Back at your base, you stand alone in your tent, the stars odd. Outside, barely visible through the haze of smoke, the map of the galaxy lies before you, spread across the table, the next battle already planned. But you find no comfort in it. The strategy, the military tactics, the promises of victory, none of it feels real anymore. The Force, it calls to you, demanding that you listen. You've always known there was more to the Force than the Jedi taught you, but now you feel it more strongly than ever. It has weight, it has substance, and it is not just the light side that beckons you. The dark side whispers louder now, promising strength, certainty, a way to end the war. Revan, a voice calls, breaking through your thoughts. It's your second in command. His helmet is off, his face grim. You have seen him fight beside you on countless occasions, a brother in arms. But now you see something different in his eyes, something uncertain. The Mandalorians are retreating, but we've received a new command from the Senate, he says. We're to hold position here and prepare for reinforcements. He hesitates before speaking again. General, we've been fighting for years, and it feels like we're always chasing victory. What's next? When will it end? You look at him, seeing the weariness in his eyes, the same exhaustion you feel in your own soul, the same feeling that this war, this endless battle, is nothing but a way of avoiding something deeper, something more dangerous. You take a deep breath, choosing your words carefully. The war ends when we choose to end it, but the galaxy will never be the same after it's over. We'll either rebuild it or we'll destroy it. He nods, but you can see the doubt in his eyes. He doesn't ask the questions he's thinking. He doesn't voice the uncertainty, but it's there, lingering between you. Later that night, as you stand alone on the ridge overlooking the battlefield, the weight of your decision settles in. The wind howls across the dunes, and you hear the distant echoes of battle dying down. Your army is still victorious, but the taste of it is bitter, like ash in your mouth. You have led them to victory, but what have you truly won? The Jedi teachings tell you that war is the last resort, that peace is the ultimate goal, but you feel something else now. You feel that peace isn't the answer anymore. The Jedi were wrong. They are weak, too focused on ideals, too afraid to see the galaxy for what it is. The dark side whispers. It promises certainty, power, control. You close your eyes, reaching into the Force. The light is still there, still beckoning you, still pulling you toward the ideals you've always known. But the dark side, it answers you now. It feels real. Like the hunger in your chest, like a voice in the back of your mind telling you that you are destined for more than the Jedi could ever offer. Power, you whisper. I can end this. I can reshape the galaxy. The next morning, you stand before your troops, preparing them for another day of battle. The weight of your decision feels heavier now, and you know that you cannot turn back. The war will not end with just victory. It will end with control. The Jedi do not understand control, but you do. Soldiers of the Republic, you call to them, your voice steady, firm. We have won battles, but we have not won this war. We are not just soldiers. We are the future of the galaxy. We will bring peace, on our terms, and when we do, no one will challenge us again. The clones cheer, their voices rising in unison. They do not question you. They never do. They were made to follow orders, and you will lead them to victory. Your victory. But as you look over their faces, a part of you wonders if this path is to he right one. The dark side calls to you, and you feel it growing inside you, whispering louder with each passing day. That night, you sit in your tent alone again. The map of the galaxy still lies before you, but now you see it differently. It is not just a series of coordinates. It is a canvas, a world waiting to be reshaped. You feel it, the power, the control you've always craved. The galaxy will fall into your hands and you will decide its fate. But a part of you wonders if you've already lost, if the dark side has already claimed you. Ambition is a fire that consumes everything in its path, burning away the very thing that made you who you are. And once that fire is lit, there is no turning back. You stand at the edge of your war room, staring at the stars outside the viewport. The vastness of space feels different now. It feels small, insignificant. You've always known that power over the galaxy would be hard to attain, but now with each passing day, you realize that the true cost of it is greater than anything you anticipated. Malak is still by your side, but there is a shift in him now, something you cannot ignore. His ambition, once something you both shared, is becoming something darker, more personal. He no longer serves as your apprentice, your partner. He serves himself now, driven by an insatiable hunger for more. The first signs of change were small, his desire for more control, his impatience when you took the time to consider the bigger picture. At first you thought it was the stress of war, but now you see it for what it is. He is unraveling before your eyes, and it scares you. You remember the first time you met Malak, back when he was a young Jedi with dreams of becoming something greater. He was your protege, your friend. Together, you ventured into the unknown, uncovering the secrets of the Sith and forging an empire from the ashes of the Republic. But somewhere along the way, Malak's vision blurred. What was once a shared dream now feels like a threat. He steps into your quarters, his heavy boots thudding against the cold floor. His figure looms in the doorway, his silhouette framed by the dim light of the room. He no longer looks like the man you once knew. His posture is rigid, his eyes burning with something you no longer recognize. "Revan," he says, his voice low and cold. "I've been thinking, the galaxy could be ours, all of it, not just what we've conquered, but everything. Whoa, I wait for the Republic to fall when we could take it now?" You turn to face him, feeling the pull of his words, the seductive power in his voice, but there is something more in his eyes, something dangerous. "Patience, Malak," you say, your voice steady. "We are not conquerors. We are rebuilders. The galaxy is already broken. There's no need to tear it apart further. His lips curl into a grim smile, his hands twitching by his sides. You still don't see it, do you? The Republic is broken, and you're too blinded by your ideals to recognize that we could fix it. I could fix it, if you'd just let me. The words strike you like a physical blow. You feel the tension build in your chest, the frustration that has been mounting for weeks now. The dark side whispers in your ear, urging you to do something, but something holds you back. Trust. It is the only thing left between you and Malak, the trust that once made you unstoppable. Malak, you say softly, this path, this hunger for power, it leads nowhere. You have to understand it's not about more. It's about balance. His eyes flash with anger, and in that instant you know the truth. Malak is no longer the apprentice you once knew. He's become something else, something darker. You always were the idealist, he spits, his voice trembling with rage. You sacrificed the galaxy for your vision, and now you refuse to take it. You had the chance to rule, Revan. You had the chance to shape everything, and now you hesitate. You move towards him, your hand instinctively resting on the hilt of your lightsaber. Your mind is sharp with focus, and for a moment the Force feels more like a weapon than a guide. The rage inside you pulses, rising. Enough, Malak, you say. This ends now. The battle begins with words, but you both know where this is headed. Malak ignites his saber, a red blade burning with anger, the energy crackling in the air. You draw your own blade, the green glow lighting up the room, but there is no peace in it now, no calm, just the sharp edge of inevitable conflict. He charges at you, his movements wild, erratic, driven by his thirst for more. His strikes are heavy, fueled by rage, each one faster than the last. But you are no longer the Jedi you once were. You are not a man caught between light and dark. You are Darth Revan, and the dark side flows through you, guiding each move. You parry his strike, your saber meeting his with a satisfying clash. The energy of the battle builds around you, the Force thrumming in the air as you circle each other. His eyes flash with desperation, with betrayal. You see it now. He wants your throne, your power, your vision. He wants to replace you. You always were the strong one. Malak growls, his voice laced with bitterness. The chosen one, but I will be better than you. The words fuel your strike. You lash out, your blade cutting through the air with precision. But Malak is fast, his strikes coming faster, more vicious. The air is filled with the clash of sabers, the sound of your past and present colliding. The pain of betrayal is like a weight in your chest, and with every strike you feel it grow heavier. You trained him, you trusted him. And now, you are fighting him for control of a galaxy neither of you understands anymore. The battle rages on, but you both know the inevitable is coming. Malak's movements are growing more erratic, more filled with desperation. You parry a wild strike and, in that moment, see the opening. His guard is down, his focus lost in his rage. You take the chance, striking at his saber with such force that it flies from his hand, clattering to the floor. You stand above him, the tip of your blade pressed against his chest, the Force crackling in the air between you. He looks up at you, fear and regret in his eyes. You were always the weaker one, you say quietly, your voice hard as stone, and now you are nothing. The final strike is clean. Malak falls to the ground, his body lifeless, his saber extinguished. The room falls silent, the only sound the hum of your own breathing, the pulse of the Force as it settles back into its natural rhythm. But in that silence, something shifts inside you. The dark side has consumed him, consumed his very soul, and now it whispers again, louder, deeper, promising you the power you always sought. It pulls at you, urges you to claim it, to take the throne you once rejected. But as you stand above him, you realize the truth. The galaxy is not meant to be ruled with power alone. It is meant to be shaped, tempered by both the light and the dark. You have taken everything you wanted, but at what cost? And as the silence stretches, you feel the weight of the galaxy shifting beneath you. It is not just the Sith who will rise, it is you. The darkness is not a thing that can be conquered. It is something that lives within you, that is you. Once it consumes you, it reshapes your very essence, and in the process, you become something greater. Or something far worse. You stand over the lifeless body of Malak, your former apprentice, your closest ally. His blood stains the floor, his once bright future extinguished in the wake of his ambition, his betrayal. For a moment, the weight of what you've just done presses upon you. The air feels thick, charged with the aftermath of a battle that not only claimed his life, but severed the last tether to your former self. You feel the darkness surge inside you, like a storm rising in the distance, its winds whipping at the very core of your being. It's not rage, not exactly, it's acceptance. This is who you are now. You discard the thought because something else rises beneath it, something darker, stronger, more dangerous. The power of the dark side calls to you like a drug, intoxicating you with its promises of control, of strength, of absolute power. Your saber hums quietly at your side as you walk through the darkened hallways of your ship. It's eerily silent now. The only sounds, the steady thrum of the engine and the faint whir of droids that still remain loyal to you. Everything has changed. You are no longer a Jedi. You are no longer Revan the soldier, Revan the general, or even Revan the fallen. You are now Darth Revan, and you embrace it. You see the galaxy differently now. Its flaws, its corruption, its weakness. Everything you once believed in, every ideal you fought for, feels foolish, naive. The Jedi were never meant to save the galaxy. The Republic, with its endless debates and pacifist ideals, was always destined to fail. But you are the answer. You will bring the galaxy to order, not through kindness, not through diplomacy, but through force. Days pass as you travel through the galaxy, leaving destruction in your wake. Worlds that once stood proud now crumble beneath the weight of your command. Those who resist you are swept aside, their armies crushed, their leaders broken. The Sith have no mercy, only dominance. Your fleet expands, bolstered by the remnants of the Mandalorian forces, eager to serve you after their defeat at your hands. The dark side is your weapon, and now it is a force to be reckoned with. You feel its power surge within you, guiding you, pushing you to do more, to conquer more. But with every victory, something stirs in your chest. Doubt. You don't acknowledge it at first. The thought is fleeting, easily dismissed, but it is there, just beneath the surface, like a crack in the foundation of a great empire. It is during a mission to Coruscant, the heart of the Republic, that you are forced to confront it. You land in the shadows of the city, your ship cutting through the darkened skies. Below, the Republic's capital is a labyrinth of light and shadow, of whispers and lies. The air is heavy with political tension, and you can feel it through the Force. Fear is thick in the city. You have come not for battle, but for something far more important: control. You slip into the Senate chambers, the familiar sight of marble halls and banners that once symbolized hope and unity, now serving only as a reminder of the empire you are forging. There, amidst the whispers of senators and the murmurs of a broken republic, you meet with the last remaining leaders of the galaxy. They stand before you, hesitant, wary, but they bow to you all the same. Lord Revan, one of the senators says, his voice strained, you have claimed the galaxy. What is your plan for the future, for the people? You smile coldly, the weight of your decision clear. I plan to rule, you say softly. The Republic has failed. It will be replaced by something more efficient, more powerful, something that will end this cycle of failure. You watch as the senators nod in agreement, their faces a mix of fear and begrudging respect. They have no choice now. The Republic is over, and you are its ruler. But as you speak, as you lay out the foundations of the new empire, the doubts grow louder in your mind. Is this really the answer? Or is it just another way of hiding from the truth? The doubts continue to plague you. They grow in the quiet moments, when the galaxy is still, and you are left alone with your thoughts. It is then that you reach out to the Force, not for power, but for guidance. But what you feel is not the clarity you once sought. The dark side still flows through you, but it no longer feels like an ally. It feels empty. The galaxy will bow before you, but the question that lingers, what have you become, remains unanswered. One evening, as you meditate alone in the darkened chambers of your flagship, the Force stirs again. Not with the power of the dark side, but with the presence of something else, something familiar. It is a voice. Raven, the voice whispers, distant but clear. You know it well. It is a voice from your past, a voice you never thought you would hear again. Bastila. The Force crackles around you as her presence fills the room. You cannot see her, yet you feel her, just as you felt her so many years ago, when she was the light to your dark, the Jedi to your Sith. She was the one you turned to when the darkness grew too overwhelming, the one who brought you back from the edge. Revan, she says again, her voice trembling, filled with something you can't place. It's not too late. You don't have to fall any further. You can still choose the light. You can still save yourself. You clench your fists, your jaw tightening as you struggle against the pull of the dark side. Her words are like a lifeline, pulling you toward the light. But the darkness, the power, the certainty it offers, is too strong. You stand, feeling the weight of the galaxy pressing against your chest. The dark side fills your mind with visions of power, of control. It promises everything you've ever wanted, but at the cost of everything you've already lost. And then, in that moment, you realize the truth. You are not just Revan, the Jedi, the Sith, the Conqueror. You are both. You always have been. But as you stand at the precipice of your future, there is one question that remains, echoing through your mind like a shadow. Will you rise, or will you fall? An empire is not built on peace. It is forged in the fires of control, in the crushing weight of a singular will. Power is not a gift. It is a right, claimed through strength and blood. And in the heart of the Sith, there is no hesitation. There is only the rule of the strongest. The galaxy has changed. You stand at the helm of your flagship, the vast expanse of space stretching before you, dark and infinite. The stars are distant now, irrelevant to your focus. All that matters is the Sith Empire you have begun to forge, the legacy you have claimed. Your fleet is vast, its power undeniable. Star destroyers loom in the distance, their dark shapes cutting through the black void of space like jagged blades. You have crushed the remnants of the Republic, burned its ideals, and erased its fragile structure. In its place, you have built something new, something stronger. The Sith Lords, those who once served you, and those who sought to replace you, now stand behind you. Their loyalty, forged in the fires of war, is unquestionable. But you know, deep down, that loyalty is fragile. Power is the only thing that holds it together, and you are the one who wields it. You are no longer a man lost between light and dark. You are Darth Revan, and you have embraced your destiny. Lord Revan, your fleet commander says, stepping forward. He stands tall, his armor polished to a shine, but there is a flicker of something, fear perhaps, hidden behind his professional demeanor. The final remnants of the Republic have been crushed. We control the galaxy's core systems. The rebellion is crushed. The Jedi are no more. You glance at him, your expression unreadable. The words are like a report, detached, cold. They are nothing more than the steps of a plan completed, a goal achieved. But still, there is something else, something deeper, that stirs inside you. The galaxy is yours, yes, but what is it that you truly rule? What is the purpose of this empire you've created if it is built on the broken ruins of your past? The Sith are rising, but you feel something missing. You turn away from your commander and face the vast view of the stars, your mind lost in thought. For the first time in years, the weight of your decisions presses on you. You feel the burden of your power, the weight of every life that has been destroyed in your wake. The days pass, each one blending into the next like the endless expanse of space. You watch as the Sith Empire grows in strength, as new systems fall under your control. Yet each victory feels hollow, a means to an end that you're no longer sure is worth it. The Jedi may be gone, but their legacy lingers, inside you, inside the Force. You have created an empire of fear, of power. But is it enough? Is this the legacy you truly wanted? One evening, as you meditate in your quarters, the Force whispers to you, it is different now, louder, sharper, more insistent. You reach into it, allowing the dark side to guide you. The power, the control, the certainty of the Sith, it all comes alive within you, and for a moment it feels like you have mastered it. And then, something shifts. The whispers grow louder, darker. You hear it before you even realize it. A presence in the Force, the faintest disturbance. It is not over. The disturbance is subtle at first, a flicker of doubt, a sense of something lost in the vastness of the galaxy. You push it aside, focusing on your empire, your plans. You are Darth Revan. The galaxy is yours to shape, but it won't let go. The feeling grows stronger. Something is stirring, not a Jedi, not a Sith, but something else, something ancient, and it is calling to you. Days later, in the depths of your ship, you feel it again. The presence is stronger now, far too strong to ignore. You walk through the cold halls of your flagship, each step heavy, your mind racing. Your saber is at your side, but you don't feel it. The dark side pulses within you, but it waits. Something in the Force is drawing you toward it. The disturbance is waiting for you. You stop outside a chamber, the one that has been sealed for years. The room is dark, the air thick with the remnants of something long forgotten. The door hisses open, and as you step inside you feel it, a presence unlike any you've ever known. The Force sings in your veins, and for the first time in months, it is not the dark side that calls to you. It is the light. Before you lies an artifact, a relic of an ancient Sith Lord, forgotten by the galaxy. It hums with power, its presence like a pulse in the Force. The energy radiates from it, an aura of darkness so potent that it makes the air feel thick, heavy. It is ancient, older than even the Sith themselves, and in that moment you realize what it is. This relic, it is more than just an object. It is a key to something beyond the Sith Empire, beyond the Force itself. It is the dark side personified, a weapon that no one, not even you, could fully understand. You reach out with your hand, your fingers brushing against the cold metal of the relic. The moment your skin makes contact, the power surges through you like a tidal wave. It consumes you, fills every part of your body, your soul. It is everything. And in the darkness, you hear the voice. Revan. You collapse to your knees, the power overwhelming you. Your chest tightens, your vision blurs. The voice in your mind grows louder, clearer. It is the Force itself speaking to you, shaping you. You are not just Revan, you are something more. In that moment the galaxy shifts beneath who the Sith are no longer the true power in the galaxy. There is something greater, older, beyond even the Force, the true darkness. And it has awakened. You stand, trembling. The galaxy you once sought to control is no longer yours to command. It is something far more dangerous. The true test has only just begun. The light cannot survive without the dark, but the dark consumes everything, until nothing is left but ash. It begins like every other battle. The Republic's remnants, though weak and scattered, continue to fight. The Jedi, few in number but still defiant, rally their forces in an attempt to slow the Empire's inevitable rise. You knew this moment was coming, the final confrontation. The galaxy cannot move forward while the Jedi cling to their ideals, their unyielding belief in peace and balance. You've crushed their armies, slaughtered their ranks, and shattered their temples. But they are not defeated. They cannot be, not yet. And now, on the edge of the galaxy, the Jedi prepare for their last stand. You stand on the bridge of your flagship, gazing at the fleet before you. Thousands of Sith ships, their engines gleaming in the cold void of space. The Force crackles around you, palpable and sharp. The dark side hums, pushing you forward. It feels like destiny. A part of you, the Jedi part, whispers that this is wrong, that this endless cycle of bloodshed will only destroy what remains of the galaxy. But the dark side drowns out that voice. The galaxy must bend to your will. You have already walked too far into the shadow. You cannot turn back. Your fleet is ready, but still you feel it. Doubt, a faint stirring in the Force. Something is different. There is a presence out there. Something stronger than the Jedi, something ancient. You push the thought aside, focusing on the task ahead. The Jedi must be destroyed. You have no other choice. The battle is swift as you expected. The Jedi, though few, fight with a determination that makes them dangerous. They strike hard, each saber a beacon of defiance in the chaos of war. The Republic remnants put up a fight, but it is nothing compared to the might of the Sith Empire. The Jedi's light will fade, just as it always do. But then, something unexpected happens. A shadow moves in the distance, a presence unlike anything you felt before. It's not just a Jedi, it's something more, something ancient. You can feel the Force shift, its currents twisting and turning, pulled by this presence. Your heart skips a beat. Could it be? The Jedi have been scattered, their ranks thinned to nearly nothing, but still, there is something here, something that has been waiting. The final challenge, perhaps? The thought pulses in your mind, but you cannot afford to linger on it. There is still work to be done. You must lead your forces to victory. But the sensation remains, nagging at the back of your mind like an itch that cannot be scratched. You turn to your fleet commander. Prepare the final assault. We end this today. The Sith ships surge forward, blasters firing, cannons lighting up the sky. The Jedi's fleet is small, their ships desperately trying to maneuver, to outflank you. Their light is fading, but still, that presence grows stronger. It is not one Jedi you are facing. It is the Force itself. Your fleet carves through the enemy line with ease. The Republic ships break apart, their shields failing under the overwhelming might of your forces. The Jedi fight fiercely, but they are hopelessly outmatched. And yet, you feel that presence growing, pushing back against you like a storm. The Force itself seems to bend and sway, as if it is resisting. The balance is shifting. You hear the whispers again. The dark side is calling you forward, but the light is persistent. It fights against you. The closer you get to the Jedi's final position, the more you feel it. The pull of the light, the weight of your past choices. It's suffocating. It calls out to you, not as a Jedi, not as a Sith, but as the man you once were, the man who fought to protect, to lead, to save. But that man is long gone. Your shuttle lands on the surface of the Jedi's last stronghold, a barren world scorched by the light of war. You step out, your lightsaber glowing at your side, the weight of it a constant reminder of your purpose. The Jedi stand before you, not in fear, but in defiance. They are not the warriors they once were, but they will not bow. Their bodies are weary, their faces drawn, but their eyes burn with something stronger than you have ever seen. You have already lost, you say, your voice cold, the power of the dark side filling your every word. Your order has fallen. The Republic has fallen. There is no hope left for you. The Jedi Master standing before you does not speak. Instead, he ignites his saber, green, still glowing, still alive. It is a silent challenge. You are not surprised. You welcome it. The fight is brutal. The Jedi are not what they once were, but they are still dangerous. Their lightsabers flash against your own, their movements precise, full of skill honed over a lifetime. But you are more. Each strike you make is stronger, faster, more calculated. The dark side empowers you, amplifying your every move. But still, the Jedi do not falter. They fight with the strength of their beliefs, and though their numbers have dwindled, their purpose is unwavering. You fight them back, but the shadow of doubt lingers, just beyond your reach. You can feel the Force shift, like a wave crashing against a wall, and you realize that they are not just defending the galaxy, they are defending themselves. They are not fighting for survival, but for the belief that there is still good in the galaxy, that there is still hope. In the midst of the battle, the Force surges again, and you feel it. A presence. The figure steps forward from the shadows of the battlefield, their face obscured by a hood. But you can feel it. You know who it is. The last Jedi. The one Wappa Obohus. Ho has survived. Who has waited for this moment? Bastila. The name crashes through you like a wave, sharp and clear. Your heart stirs, your body stilling at the sight of her. The Jedi you once knew, the one you betrayed, now standing before you as your ultimate test. Her voice rings out across the battlefield, calm and steady, despite the chaos around you. Revan, she says, it is not too late. You can still come back. You can still choose the light. The words, spoken so softly, cut through you like a blade. You hear them again, the words that still echo in your soul. You were more than a soldier. You were a man, and I believed in you. You raise your lightsaber, but the darkness feels different now. The power, the certainty, it's not enough. You hesitate. The battle rages on around you, but in this moment, everything goes still. You stand at the precipice. Can you still be saved, or is the darkness inside you too deep? Ambition is a flame that burns brightest in the dark, but when you feed it too much, it consumes everything, until there's nothing left but ash and regret. It was never supposed to be like this. You and Malak, partners, brothers. Once you shared a vision of a galaxy remade, not through destruction alone, but through strength and purpose. Together you were unstoppable. Together you believed in the Sith Empire, the promise of a galaxy united under your rule. But now, as you stand before him, the weight of betrayal hangs between you like a blade, sharp and unyielding. The chamber hums with tension. You stand at the center, your dark cloak swirling around you, the weight of the Sith Lord's teachings heavy on your shoulders. The echoes of the past reverberate in your mind. You were more than a soldier, Revan, and yet here you are, at the precipice of something darker, something final. Malak stands across from you, his once loyal apprentice now a shadow of the man you once trained. His armor is marked, dented, but his posture is stiff with arrogance. The same arrogance that you once shared, the same hunger for power. Revan, he begins, his voice low, venomous. You think you've won. You think you've shaped the galaxy, but all you've done is bend it to your will. And now you hesitate? You were always the strong one, but now, his words falter, twisted with fury and jealousy. I will be the one to finish what we started. You feel it then, the crack in your vision, the doubt. The betrayal has been building for some time, but now it is undeniable. He wants more, not just power, but everything. He wants to take what you built, to claim it as his own. and in doing so he seeks to destroy everything that once bound you together. I never hesitated, Malak, you reply, your voice firm, but with a coldness that you cannot mask. I did what had to be done. I created an empire, and the galaxy will follow me, not you. Malak's lips curl into a twisted smile. He takes a step forward, his hand brushing over his own saber, the crimson blade humming to life with an angry hiss. Your empire? He laughs bitterly. You think you control it? You've lost it, Revan. You've lost everything you once stood for. You think the power of the Sith is enough? It's not. I've learned that power isn't about what you create. It's about what you take. You feel the dark side swirl around you, the power of your own convictions stirring. You remember the battles fought, the worlds conquered, and the lives lost in the name of a new order. It was meant to be a new beginning, a way to rid the galaxy of its corrupt past. But now, you realize with painful clarity that it has become something else, something darker. Malak, you start, but your words falter as he strides toward you, his saber raised. There is no brother left in his eyes, only the hunger of someone who has fallen too far to return. The clash of your sabers echoes through the chamber like thunder, the green of your blade meeting the red of his with a deafening crack. You are locked in the fury of battle, your every strike fueled by the anger of a lifetime spent fighting for a cause, for an ideal that now feels hollow. The force surges around you, but you cannot find peace in it, not anymore. You parry his blow, but his strength is overwhelming. The dark side flows through him now, stronger than it has ever been, driving him further from the man you once knew. With each strike, each moment of struggle, you feel the bond between you, the bond of mentor and apprentice, break apart. You betrayed me, you hiss, fury rising. You betrayed us, Malak. This was never about power, it was about balance. He sneers, his saber flashing in the dim light. Balance? You talk of balance like it's some kind of solution. The galaxy doesn't need balance, Revan. It needs control. It needs a master. You strike, your blade cutting through the air with deadly intent, but Malak deflects it, his anger only fueling him further. Every strike, every counterattack feels like the tearing of your very soul. You know what he's become, what he's willing to sacrifice. But the truth is, you feel it too. The same hunger, the same pull of power that once seduced you, the same darkness that you tried to leave behind. His next strike catches you off guard, a flash of red searing across your shoulder. The pain is sharp, but not enough to stop you. The anger inside you builds, pushing you to fight harder, to end this. You swing, your blade narrowly missing him, but then you feel it. The dark side, like a wave crashing over you. It promises victory. It promises everything. Your vision narrows. You can feel the power surging through you, urging you to give in, to take the final step, to dominate. You strike again, harder this time, your movements fueled by pure aggression. Malak steps back, his expression flickering with something you can't place. Fear, maybe? Or doubt? The rage in his eyes wavers, and for a brief moment you see the apprentice you once trusted. You're still the weak one, Revan, Malak spits, stumbling backward. You hesitate when you should strike. You still think this galaxy can be saved, but it's too late. You press forward, your saber flashing with determination. It's never too late, Malak. You can still choose. You can still be saved. His eyes flicker, but then the darkness fully consumes him. With a roar, he strikes with all his might, but this time you are ready. You parry his final blow, and in one swift motion you strike. Malak falls to the ground, his body crumpling and to the dust. The red blade of his saber flickers, then dies. His breath is shallow, his eyes wide with disbelief, as if he cannot comprehend the reality of what just happened. You stand over him, breathing heavily, your saber still glowing bright. The battle is over, but the cost is far heavier than you expected. For a moment, there is only silence. You stare at the lifeless body of your once closest ally, your former apprentice, the one you trusted more than anyone else. But now, he is nothing. A casualty of his own ambition, a casualty of the power you once both sought. You kneel beside him, your hand hovering over the cold metal of his chest plate, a strange emptiness gnawing at your heart. This is what it has come to. He was the one who challenged you, the one who thought he could take your power for himself. But in the end, you were stronger. And now, the darkness within you is all that remains. You stand, your gaze lingering on Malak's still form. You've destroyed him, but in doing so, you've destroyed a part of yourself as well. The galaxy is still waiting, its future uncertain. The Sith Empire you've created is yours to control, but at what cost? You have defeated one enemy, but the darkness has only grown stronger, and somewhere, deep inside, you wonder if the galaxy will ever truly be free of the shadow you cast. The dark side has taken everything, your past, your future, your friends, your apprentices, and as you walk away from Malak's body, you realize there is no turning back. When you step into the shadow, it does not follow you. It becomes you. It seeps into your soul, reshapes your mind, and in the end, you are nothing more than a reflection of the darkness that you wield. The ship is quiet as you walk through its vast, sterile halls. The usual hum of machinery, the clank of boots against metal, everything feels distant. You pass by your officers and servants, their eyes lowered in deference, but you barely notice them. You're not the same. You haven't been the same since Malak fell. His betrayal, his destruction, it has broken something inside you. Yet, as you stand here now, amidst the silence of your ship, you realize that it's not brokenness, it's the darkness. You thought you could control it. You thought you could use it to reshape the galaxy, to carve a future where you stood unchallenged. But now, it feels different, heavier, darker. It surrounds you, it pulls at you, and for the first time you feel as if you're no longer controlling it. It's controlling you. The Force has always been a guide, a tool. You've shaped it, twisted it, bent it to your will. But now, as you meditate in the quiet of your private chambers, you feel its presence in a way you never have before. It's not just around you, it is you. The cold whispers in your mind are sharper now, more insistent. You hear them like echoes, distant and indistinct, but they are always there, always waiting, always tugging at the edges of your consciousness. And the more you resist, the louder they get. Power. The galaxy will bend before you. The Sith Lords will follow you. You are the true ruler of the galaxy. You are its master. The words feel like a promise. The darkness offers you everything, and for the first time you wonder if it's a price worth paying. You know the answer. You are Darth Revan, the Sith Lord who has shattered the galaxy's old order, the one who has Zed control from the Republic, who destroyed the Jedi, who crushed any resistance to his reign. But you are not the man you once were. You are more than the Jedi, more than a soldier, more than a conqueror. You are the embodiment of the dark side itself. You are its master. The silence of your ship is broken by the sound of a knock on the door. You turn, your hand instinctively reaching for the hilt of your saber, but you stop yourself. Enter, you command, your voice cold but steady. The door slides open, revealing one of your Sith Lords, an apprentice, one of many who have flocked to your side since the fall of the Jedi. His face is hidden behind the shadow of his hood, but you can feel the ambition rolling off him like heat, the hunger for power, the desire to prove himself. You've seen it all before, but this time you don't dismiss it. He steps forward, bowing low. Lord Revan, the latest reports from the Outer Rim are in. The Republic remnants are organizing a counteroffensive. Their fleets are gathering strength. They plan to strike soon. You listen without speaking, your eyes narrowed. You can feel the pulse of the dark side, still strong within you. You don't need to hear the reports to know what's happening. You've already felt it in the Force. The galaxy is restless. Even your own Sith Lords are beginning to question your control. Send our fleets to crush them. No mercy, you say, your voice like ice. We will show them that resistance is futile. The apprentice nods quickly. As you command, my lord. He turns to leave, but something stops him. He hesitates, a moment of uncertainty in his movements. You feel it. He knows. Lord Revan, he says, his voice trembling. What of the Jedi? The rumors. They say there are survivors. They say the Jedi have returned. Your eyes flash with anger. The Jedi are dead. The order you destroyed, the hope they held, gone. They could not survive you. You crushed them under the weight of your power, but as his words hang in the air, you feel it, the stirring in the Force. It's not over. It will never be over. No Jedi will rise again, you snap, the words harsher than you intend. The Sith reign supreme. If any Jedi remain, we will hunt them down. The apprentice bows again, quickly leaving the room, but the doubts linger in your mind. You feel them, the Jedi, the remnants of their order, the flickering light that resists you. It's there, in the Force, just beyond your grasp. It taunts you, and with every victory you win, every world you conquer, it becomes harder to ignore. The next days are filled with war. The reports come in from every corner of the galaxy. Your forces are unstoppable, but you know that the Jedi will rise again. You can feel it, their last, desperate push against your reign. You don't know when or where it will come from, but you know it will. And when it does, you will be ready. In the darkness of your quarters, you stand before the shattered remains of a Jedi holocron. It had once been a tool of knowledge, of peace. Now it is nothing but dust, a reminder of what you've destroyed. You raise your hand to the broken pieces, and with a flick of your wrist, they shatter into nothing. You can still feel the force stirring inside you, but this time it feels different. The whispers that once called you to power now call you to destruction. The darkness is no longer something you control. It is something that controls you. You leave your chambers, stepping out into the open hall of your flagship. The cold metal floors glint under the harsh lights of the ship's interior. Your commanders await you, standing in a line, ready to report. They bow in deference as you approach, their faces hidden behind the cold exterior of their armor. "The fleet is ready, Lord Revan," one of them says. "The Jedi resistance will not stand against us." You nod but say nothing, your mind elsewhere. The Force presses in around you, heavier now, pulling you toward the decision that lingers at the edge of your thoughts. The time for hesitation is over. It is time to end them. But as you make your way to the command center, a strange feeling rises in your chest. It's faint, but it's there. The presence of someone from your past. You pause, a flicker of doubt crossing your mind, but you push it away. There are no allies. There is only power. As you command your fleet to move, you hear it again, the pull of the light, the faintest whisper in the Force. And as you reach out to extinguish it, you feel something stronger. The Jedi are not finished. There are no perfect endings, no clean slates, only choices. And the weight of each one carries the price of the soul. You stand at the edge of your flagship's observation deck, gazing out into the void of space. The galaxy spreads before you, vast, silent, endless. Your empire is vast now, too. Entire worlds bow to your will, their fates sealed by the darkness that you wield. You should feel triumphant, but all you feel is empty. You have everything, the power, the control. The galaxy itself is yours to shape as you see fit. And yet, there is something missing, a flicker, a whisper in the back of your mind that refuses to die. The Sith Lords who surround you, those who bend the knee in your presence, are shadows of your own making. They serve you not out of loyalty, but fear. You control them. You control everything. And yet, in the quiet of your mind, you hear something else. A name, a face, a memory. Bastila. It has been years since you betrayed her. Years since you fell to the dark side, consumed by power and ambition. She was the light that once guided you. And now, you can still feel her presence in the Force, faint but undeniable. You've tried to ignore it. You've buried the memory of her beneath layers of Sith teachings, under the weight of your empire. But there's no escaping it. You remember the first time you met her, how her voice softened the edges of your anger, how her presence brought balance when everything inside you was in chaos. She was the one who believed in you, when no one else did. Even when you embraced the darkness, she saw something good in you, something worth saving. And now, after all this time, you realize that the power of the dark side may not have been what you needed. What you needed was her. The galaxy is quiet for a moment. There is no battle, no rebellion. The tension that you once thrived on, the constant rush of victory after victory, has faded. The galaxy has been subdued, but it feels wrong. The dark side still burns within you, but it feels like a cage now. You are trapped in your own power. The empire you built is not one of order or justice, but one of fear. It stands on the broken ideals of the Jedi, and yet you know that the cost was too high. A voice, faint and distant, calls to you. You were more than a soldier, Revan. You were a man. You clench your fist, the tremor of doubt passing through you. The dark side is always there, beckoning, pulling you back into its embrace. But the longer you stand here, the more you understand that you are no longer the man you once were. You have lost the way. But perhaps, there is a path still waiting for you. The voices of the past still haunt you. Your time as a Jedi, your fall into darkness, your rise to power as Darth Revan. You thought you could shape the galaxy. You thought you could make it better. But now you see the truth. The galaxy was never meant to be shaped by one man, by one force. It was meant to be free. The door opens behind you and you turn to see Luke Skywalker standing in the threshold. The Jedi who once defeated you, who you once saw as an enemy, now standing before you, not in anger, not in judgment, but with understanding. You feel it, don't you? He asks, his voice gentle. the darkness that calls to you, the temptation that is always there. But you know, Revan, you can choose differently. You look at him, your heart heavy. His words are not new. They echo the teachings of the Jedi, the same lessons you once rejected. But now, they do not feel like chains. They feel like a lifeline. The dark side has been my power, you say quietly, almost to yourself, but it has consumed me. And now I don't know who I am anymore. Luke steps closer, his presence calm, steady. The past doesn't define you, Revan. It's what you choose now that matters. You can still redeem yourself even after everything you've done. You turn your gaze away from him, staring at the stars beyond the observation window. I don't know if I can. The darkness has already taken too much. The galaxy, it will never be the same. You're right, he says, his voice firm. The galaxy won't be the same, but that doesn't mean it's lost. You can be a part of that change. But first, you have to make the choice to let go of the past. Let go of the power you once craved. Only then will you truly be free. You feel his words settle into your mind. The weight of them lingers. You could choose the light. You could choose redemption. You could cast aside the Sith, cast aside the darkness that has been your companion for so long. But what would it cost? The galaxy will follow me, you once said. The galaxy will bend beneath my will. Now, the same words echo in your mind, but they no longer carry the same weight. They no longer promise peace or justice. They promise only the cycle of control, the endless hunger for more. And you are tired. The galaxy waits for you, its future hanging in the balance. The dark side pulls at you, tempting you with its promises of ultimate power. But the Jedi offer you something else, something more fragile, but more lasting. You turn to face Luke again, the decision weighing heavily on you. His gaze is steady, unwavering, and for the first time you see him not as an adversary, but as a reminder of everything you once believed in. I never wanted to be this, you say softly, the words heavy in the air between you. I wanted to be something better. Luke smiles, a glimmer of warmth in his eyes. And you still can be. You close your eyes and reach deep within, feeling the Force as it moves around you. The dark side is still there, calling you, demanding you return. But the light, the faint pull of redemption, calls louder now. For the first time in years, you feel something shift inside you. The darkness that once consumed you begins to fade. The chains that bound your soul are loosened, and with each passing moment, you feel a little more like the man you once were. The Sith Empire you built, the power you once craved. It's all fading, slipping from your grasp. And in its place, something better. You take a step forward, your hand trembling slightly as you deactivate your lightsaber. The green blade flickers and goes dark. I choose the light, you say, your voice steady now. I choose to be free. Luke nods. Then let's do it together. There is much work to be done. You stand there, the weight of your past heavy on your shoulders, but for the first time in a long time, you feel a spark of hope. The galaxy can still be saved. It may take time, but you will walk that path, side by side with the Jedi. The galaxy may never forget the darkness that once consumed you, but today, for the first time, you choose the light, and in doing so, you choose your redemption. The Force is not something to be wielded, it is something that wields you. The galaxy may bend beneath your will, but the Force, in its purity, cannot be controlled. It will consume the unworthy. It will break those who seek dominion over it. And in the end, it will decide who you are, whether you are ready or not. The galaxy hums with the echoes of past wars, the ripples of destruction still felt across every star system. But within you, there is a new kind of quiet. The darkness that once consumed you has faded, replaced by something lighter, fainter, perhaps, but stronger in its own way. The light is not the absence of shadow, but the mastery of it. You have chosen the light, but that choice comes with consequences. The journey you now face is not one of simple redemption. The galaxy may have accepted the loss of the Sith Empire, but deep within the fabric of the Force, the tension remains. The imbalance you once embraced still lingers, like a wound that has yet to heal, and something else stirs in the darkness. A presence, ancient and untamed, that is not easily forgotten. The Jedi, though they have begun to rebuild, are not the solution. They are merely one part of the equation, and even now, you feel that they are still shackled by their own limitations. You have seen the light, but you know the cost of their rigid adherence to their code. The Force is not light, it is not dark. It is everything, and the moment you chose to walk away from the Sith, you knew the path to balance would demand everything. Your thoughts are interrupted as the hum of the ship's systems fills the room. The fleet you command is vast, but now, instead of just conquering, you have a new mission: to forge something greater than what was. To seek balance in a galaxy torn apart by endless conflict, to reshape the Force itself. You stand before your newest council, the few trusted allies, who have walked with you through the darkest paths and into the light. Their faces are grim, understanding the gravity of what lies ahead, but even they know this will be no simple fight. "Lord Revan," one of your commanders says, voice steady but shadowed with a sense of unease, "we've received reports from across the galaxy. The remnants of the Sith Order are beginning to rally. We've encountered a disturbance in the Force. It's like nothing we've felt before." You turn to face him, eyes narrowing. You feel it too, the faint whisper at the back of your mind. The dark side has not disappeared. It has simply gone into hiding. But the truth is, the galaxy is too unstable. The light alone cannot restore balance. There is a presence out there, something more ancient, more primal than anything you have faced. "You're saying the Sith are rising again?" you ask. Your voice is low, but there is an edge to it. The commander nods. "Yes, we're tracking a figure. A Sith Lord unlike anything we've encountered before. Then we will find him." You feel the weight of the decision settle in your chest. "And when we do, we will end it, for good." The battle begins in the shadows. The Sith remnants are no longer the well-organized armies they once were. They are fragmented, broken, their ranks filled with Sith cultists, dark-side practitioners, and would-be conquerors. But despite their disarray, they are dangerous. Dangerous because they have a single goal: to reclaim what was once theirs. And in the midst of it all, there is him, the one pulling the strings, the one you feel in the deepest recesses of the Force, the one who calls himself Darth Nihilus. The name carries weight. You've heard the whispers, felt the faintest tremors in the Force. Nihilus is not a mere Sith Lord. He is a being of pure hunger, a force of nature, consuming the life around him until there is nothing left. A being so connected to the dark side that it has become his very existence. The very idea of such a creature terrifies you. And yet you know this is the final trial. The galaxy cannot remain in balance unless this threat is extinguished. You lead your forces, readying them for the confrontation ahead. The closer you get to Nihilus's lair, the more you can feel the pull of his power. It is vast, undeniable, and it calls to you. The dark side beckons, tempting you to reclaim what you once were, to give in to it completely. But you resist. You are no longer the man you were. You are something different now. You've chosen to walk the line, to find the balance between light and dark. You will not allow yourself to fall again. The final battle begins on the dark world of Malakor, where the last remnants of the Sith have made their stand. The air is thick with the Force, distorted by the presence of Nihilus. You land in the shadow of the ancient Sith temple, your feet touching the cold, desolate ground. The landscape is barren, marked by the scars of countless battles, and the air is heavy with the echoes of the past. The moment you step onto the surface, you feel it, the weight of Nihilus's presence. It is like a storm gathering, an ominous force pressing against your very soul. The Sith are here, waiting for you, and in the distance you sense him, Nihilus. "Lord Revan," your fleet commander whispers, stepping to your side. "He is waiting for you. His power is unmatched. We must strike now, before he can fully awaken." You nod, feeling the tension rise in your chest. The Force swirls around you, pulling you toward the temple. This is the moment, the one you've been preparing for. You feel the pull of the dark side stronger than ever, its power seductive, and yet you remain focused. You are not here for power. You are here for balance. You will destroy Nihilus, or you will be destroyed. There is no other choice. You enter the temple, the dark side thick in the air. Nihilus stands before you, his hooded figure towering in the center of the chamber. His presence is overwhelming, like a void in the Force, pulling at everything around him. "You come," Nihilus says, his voice echoing in the chamber, a sound like 1,000 voices speaking at once. "The one who walked between light and dark. I have awaited you." You ignite your saber, its green glow cutting through the darkness. "I'm here to stop you, to end the cycle." He tilts his head, his cold gaze boring into you. "You cannot stop what you are a part of. You, Revan, have always been a part of this. You are the darkness." The words strike you like a blow to the chest, but you stand tall, steady. You have chosen your path. The dark side may be strong, but you are stronger. You have control. "Then let's end it," you say, your voice unwavering. The battle is fierce, the very fabric of the Force warping around you. Nihilus's power is immense, like a crushing weight, but you fight back, using everything you've learned. The dark side pulls at you, urging you to give in, but you resist. You strike with purpose, cutting through his defenses, but he is not easily defeated. He is the embodiment of hunger, a void that consumes everything. With a final, powerful blow, you cut through his defenses, your saber striking deep. Nihilus lets out an unearthly cry, his body crumbling into nothingness, consumed by the very dark side that gave him life. The galaxy is not free, but for the first time it is no longer on the brink of destruction. The darkness is gone. Nihilus is defeated. But the price has been heavy, too heavy. You stand alone in the aftermath, the weight of the galaxy's future heavy on your shoulders. The darkness still lingers, but for now, it is at bay. The battle for the Force is not over. It has only just begun. The greatest battle is not fought with lightsabers or armies. It is fought within the soul, against the forces that shape who we are. And when that battle is lost, all that remains is the emptiness of what could have been. You stand at the precipice, the weight of the galaxy pressing down on your shoulders. The remnants of your warship's bridge hum quietly around you, the faint pulse of power in the background almost drowned out by the stillness in your chest. The galaxy is not at peace, but the Sith have been defeated. Nihilus, gone. The Jedi, scattered but rebuilding. You should feel triumphant. After everything you've done, everything you've sacrificed, this should be the moment of your greatest victory. And yet, there is nothing but emptiness. The galaxy is still broken, but it's different now. The pieces that made up your empire are crumbling, and the foundations of the Sith, once so strong, now lie in ruins. The dark side that had once whispered to you, calling you to power, is now silent. The Force, once an untamed storm, now feels empty. You feel its pull, faint, distant, but it no longer calls to you with the same seductive power. What was once a burning hunger has turned cold. The memories flood back, the endless battles, the lightsabers clashing, the voices of the fallen, the countless lives lost in the name of your empire. You led them. You built the Sith from nothing, forged an empire with your own hands. You conquered, but it wasn't enough, was it? You wanted power. You wanted to remake the galaxy in your image, but in the end, you're left with nothing but a shattered legacy and a galaxy still rife with pain. The Jedi were right, you think, the thought jagged as it cuts through your mind. The Sith have always been doomed to fail. Your fleet commander enters, his posture stiff, his face unreadable beneath his helmet. The same face, the same devotion, the same loyalty that brought you here, that followed you through the ashes of the Republic. Lord Revan, he begins, his voice a quiet murmur, but it carries the weight of respect. The Jedi have retreated. The Sith are no more. The galaxy is in chaos, but we have control. The Empire can be rebuilt. Your vision, my lord, can still come to fruition. The words should feel like reassurance, but they only sink into the abyss of your thoughts. You nod, your gaze fixed on the stars beyond the viewport. Distant and unreachable. It's true. You can rebuild, but you don't want to. The hunger for power, the need to control, it no longer appeals. The emptiness in your chest remains, gnawing at your soul like a persistent wound. You could continue your conquest, expand your empire, dominate the galaxy. But what would be the point? You've had power, you've had control, and yet when you stand before the galaxy, you see nothing but a reflection of yourself in its brokenness, a reflection that you can no longer bear. The galaxy is no longer a thing to be conquered, it is a thing to be healed. But can you heal it, Revan? Can you heal yourself? You turn to your commander, the same questions lingering in the back of your mind. His loyalty, unwavering, but now it feels misplaced. You don't need his faith in you anymore. Send the orders, you say quietly. Disband the Sith forces. Let the galaxy breathe. We're done. There is a pause, and you know the commander doesn't understand. His duty is to you, to the Sith, to the power you wield. He cannot fathom why you would choose to let it all go. But my lord, he protests, his voice edged with confusion. The Sith, our empire, this is what you fought for. This is what we all died for. You don't respond at first, the weight of his words settling deep within you. You fought, you killed, you broke the galaxy, and now you wish you could undo it all, but you can't. The past is gone, and all that remains is the price. You leave the command room, walking through the darkened halls of your ship, your thoughts a maelstrom. The voices in the Force, once so strong, now feel like echoes, distant and fading. The darkness still lingers at the edges of your soul, whispering, but you no longer listen. You stand at the viewports again, the stars beyond cold and indifferent to the choices you have made. The galaxy will go on, whether you are a part of it or not, and for the first time, you wonder if your empire was ever meant to be. If the galaxy was meant to be shaped by your hand at all. You were always the one who carried the weight, Revan, a voice says from behind you. It's Luke Skywalker, the Jedi you once thought of as an enemy, now standing beside you, the light in his eyes not as an accusation, but as something softer, something familiar. You don't turn, but you hear his steps behind you, steady and calm. You've redeemed yourself, he says. You've chosen the light, and that's all anyone can ask for. But even as he speaks, you feel it, the remnants of the darkness still swirling beneath your feet, beneath your heart. You have chosen the light, but it is not a choice without cost. The weight of your past, your actions, your fall, they linger, and they always will. I don't feel redeemed, you whisper. The words cut, heavy with truth. I feel empty. Skywalker steps closer, his voice soft but certain. Redemption isn't about feeling, it's about choice. You've chosen to let go of the darkness. That's the beginning, not the end. You close your eyes, feeling the faint stirrings of the Force around you, the light and dark swirling, always fighting, but now balanced. It is then that you understand. Redemption is not the end of a journey. It is the beginning. The galaxy cannot be healed in one stroke. Neither can you. Your past will always be with you, shaping you, but it does not define you. You look up at Skywalker, your gaze steady, not as an enemy, not as a Sith, but as something else. A man who has lost so much but who still has the power to choose. And in that choice, there is hope. You're right, you say, your voice firm. It's not about the power. It's about the choice to live with the consequences, to build something different from the ground up. Skywalker smiles softly. Then let's build it together. The galaxy waits, its future uncertain, but its hope renewed. The scars of war never fade. They linger, etched deep in the fabric of the galaxy, a constant reminder of the choices made, the lives lost. But what remains after the dust settles, after the last battle is fought? Redemption? Or is there only the weight of the past? The galaxy is quiet now, but quiet is never peace. Not for you. Not after everything you've seen, everything you've done. Your fleet has dispersed, the war all but over. The Republic, now rebuilt in the ashes of its former self, moves forward under the banner of peace. The Jedi, too, rise from the fragments of their order, scarred but stronger. And you, Revan, stand at the center of it all, no longer the man you were, but something else entirely. You have chosen redemption, yes, but redemption does not come without its price. The past is not a thing you can undo. The thousands of lives lost, the years spent fighting for power, the empire you once built, it is all still there, lingering in the corners of your mind. No amount of good can erase what you've done. No amount of peace can restore the chaos you created. The days are quieter now, the endless battles replaced by diplomatic talks, peace treaties, and rebuilding efforts. You've stood alongside Luke Skywalker as the galaxy moves forward, taking part in the new Jedi Council. But your place is never fully clear. You are not a Jedi. You are not a Sith. You are something in between, something undefined, and the galaxy is still unsure of what to make of you. As the sun sets over the new Jedi Temple, you stand at the edge of a balcony, watching the horizon burn with the last remnants of daylight. The galaxy stretches out before you, a vast sea of stars. But for the first time in a long time, you feel nothing. The galaxy hums with life, but you feel no pull to it. The Force is still with you, but it's quiet, muted. The war is over, the darkness has been sealed away, and the light has returned. But you are caught between worlds, between identities, between light and dark. You turn your gaze to the horizon. The path before you is uncertain, filled with more questions than answers. Can you still be redeemed? Can you rebuild not just the galaxy, but yourself? Or have you become nothing more than a shadow of your former self, forever haunted by the decisions you made? The door behind you opens, and you hear footsteps. Luke Skywalker approaches, his presence steady and calm as ever. His expression is unreadable, but you can feel the weight of his gaze. There are no words, no grand speeches, just the quiet understanding between two people who have seen too much. "You're still thinking about it, aren't you?" he asks, his voice soft, yet firm. You don't answer immediately. The questions swirl in your mind, pulling you in every direction, each one as heavy as the last. The past, the future, how do you reconcile the two? "Revan, you've done more than most could ever hope for. You've saved countless lives. You've given the galaxy a chance to heal, but you can't do it alone." You turn to face him, your eyes meeting his with the weight of everything that's passed between you. "I've lost so much, Luke," you say quietly, the words heavy on your chest. "I don't know how to rebuild. I don't know how to be part of this new galaxy. I've been so focused on the fight, on power, that I've lost sight of who I am. What's left for me now? I'm a broken man, not a savior." Skywalker steps closer, his expression unwavering. "No one expects you to be perfect, Revan, not even the Jedi. You've already proven that you can change, that you can choose, and that's more than most can say. But it doesn't change the past," you murmur, the weight of your choices pressing down on you. "The galaxy may heal, but I'm not sure I can." Luke's gaze softens. "You don't have to fix everything, Revan. Sometimes redemption is about living with your mistakes, learning from them, and choosing to do better. Not because you owe it to the galaxy, but because you owe it to yourself." The silence that follows stretches between you as the weight of Luke's words settles in your mind. The galaxy may never forget what you were. It may never forget the Sith Empire, the destruction, the war, but maybe, just maybe, it can forgive. And maybe, just maybe, you can forgive yourself. You turn back to the view of the galaxy, the stars twinkling like the scattered pieces of your past. You've already lost so much, but there is still something left, a chance, a choice, a future. "Thank you," you say quietly, "for believing in me." Luke places a hand on your shoulder, his smile kind but knowing. "It's never too late, Revan. You've already started the journey. Now you just have to finish it." The stars are no longer distant. They are not just lights in the sky. They are possibilities. And you realize, for the first time in your life, that you are not bound by your past. You are free. The galaxy is free. You turn away from the balcony, leaving the past behind. You have a choice. And you will make it. You may not know what the future holds, but for the first time you have the power to shape it. And that is enough. There is no peace without order, and there is no order without control. The galaxy may heal, but it will never truly be free until someone bends it to their will. That someone is you. You stand on the balcony of your flagship, the stars beyond stretching into infinity, cold and indifferent. The galaxy is in motion again, but it moves around you, not beneath you. You can feel the change in the air, the shift in the balance of power, the quiet stirring of something ancient, something new. The Sith Empire you once built is no more. The Jedi are no longer the enemy. The Republic in its broken state is a thing of the past. The galaxy needs something else, something stronger, something lasting. "Lord Revan," the voice of one of your most trusted commanders echoes through the comms, snapping you from your thoughts. "We have news from the Outer Rim. The last remnants of the Republic fleet are mobilizing. Their defenses are minimal, but they're planning a final stand." The commander's words pull you back to reality, to the harshness of the present. You have reshaped the galaxy. The war has ended. The Sith have fallen. The Jedi have begun their rebuilding, but there is no true peace. There can never be peace without order, and order requires strength. You turn to face the holomap projected in front of you, the fleet's movements displayed with precision. Your empire stretches across the stars, but it's not enough. The galaxy must be united. "Prepare the fleet," you say, your voice calm, firm. "This ends today." The ship's engines hum beneath you as you step into the war room, the room where plans were made, victories won, and losses counted. The dark side still pulses within you, stronger now, more ingrained into your very being. You've cast aside the Jedi teachings, the doubt, the hesitation. You have chosen your path, and there is no turning back. Your fleet is ready. Your Sith Lords, loyal yet wary, stand in the shadow of your power. They are eager, ambitious, but they know their place. They follow you, not because of loyalty, but because they are afraid of the power you command. And that is as it should be. You no longer need the Jedi's ideals or the Republic's failed attempt at democracy. You need an empire, one that answers only to you. "Lord Revan," the commander reports again, his voice filtered through the comm, We've received word from the Jedi Council. They're moving forces to intercept us. They know what's at stake. You feel a flicker of something familiar. The Jedi, their light, their hope. It feels weak now, far distant from the power you wield. Their resistance is nothing compared to the might of your Sith Empire. They cannot stand against you. Send our fleets to crush them. We do not hesitate. We will not give them the chance to reclaim what was lost. You command, your words cutting through the air like a blade. The galaxy will finally be unified. The battle is swift, relentless, and final. The Jedi, ever the last bastion of resistance, are swept away like dust in the wind. Their forces, though brave, are scattered, their movements desperate. You watch as their fleet is destroyed, one ship at a time, their ships falling beneath the might of your empire. Each strike is decisive, each victory final. And yet, in the midst of your triumph, a voice echoes in your mind, faint but persistent. You have won, but at what cost? You shake it off. There is no cost. You've won. You've achieved what no one else could, control of the galaxy, and yet something within you feels hollow. You stand before the vast holographic display of the galaxy, your empire now stretching across more stars than you ever imagined possible. It is vast, it is strong, but it is not perfect. There are cracks in the foundations. There are still rebels hiding in the shadows, still whispers of dissent. You know what needs to be done. The galaxy cannot be free. It needs to be shaped, tempered by control. There is no room for weakness. As you look out across the galaxy, you are reminded of what you fought for. Not the Jedi, not the Sith, but order. It was always about control. The chaos of the galaxy could only be quelled through power. And now, the galaxy is yours to command. You stand before your new council of Sith Lords, your most trusted followers, and the fear in their eyes is palpable. They see what you've done, what you've become, and they follow you, not out of loyalty, but out of sheer terror. The empire you've built is one of power, and power, you know, is fragile. One Sith Lord, a man who once served you loyally, stands before you, his head slightly bowed in respect, but there's something in his eyes, a flicker of something you can't quite place. My lord, he begins, his voice cautious, the galaxy is at your feet. The empire is united, but there are still factions out there, dissidents who will seek to overthrow us. We cannot allow that. You stare at him, feeling the weight of his words. The galaxy may be united, but it will never be at peace. There will always be those who resist, those who challenge your rule, and you will crush them, just as you've crushed the Jedi, just as you've crushed every enemy before you. The galaxy will know only one law, your law. You are right, you say, your voice low, steady. The galaxy is ours, but we will make it ours. No more rebellion, no more weakness. The Sith Lord bows again. As you command, my lord. Later, as you walk out, through the dim corridors of your ship, you feel the weight of your decisions, your rule, your empire, your path. The power that flows through you, through your every command, is intoxicating. You are the galaxy's master, but you know the cost of that power. It has taken everything from you. There is no going back. You have burned every bridge, cut every tie. There is no redemption for you anymore. You've embraced the dark side fully, and in doing so, you've shaped the galaxy to your will. But at what cost? The weight of your choices is heavy. The galaxy is yours, but it feels empty. The light that once called to you, the pull of the Jedi, is distant now. You have silenced it, buried it deep within, and yet, in the silence of your ship, you wonder, is this truly what I fought for? The past does not stay buried. It follows you, whispers in the dark corners of your mind, and in the stillness of the night, you can hear the echoes of who you once were. The shadows you've cast will always be there, a reminder of what you did, and what you can never undo. The weight of the galaxy presses down on you. The empire you have built is vast, but the peace you fought for, the peace you thought you could create, remains elusive. The galaxy has been reshaped, the Republic dissolved, the Jedi scattered and broken, but there is something empty about this new order, something you can't shake. The force of your will, the power of the Sith, of control, is all-encompassing, and yet it has not filled the hollow in your chest. You walk the halls of your flagship alone, the quiet hum of machinery, the only sound that accompanies you. The world outside your windows is cold, silent, a sea of stars stretching into infinity. You stand at the helm of your destiny, but even as the galaxy bends to your will, you cannot escape the truth. You are not free, not yet, not after everything you've done. You enter the war room. The walls are lined with projections of your forces, armies, fleets, every planet you control. Your most trusted Sith Lords stand in their dark cloaks, their eyes downcast, waiting for your orders. They serve you out of fear. They serve because you made them believe they could rule beside you, but the truth is far simpler. They fear you, and that fear keeps them loyal. Lord Revan, one of your commanders, speaks, breaking the silence. His voice is strong, but you can feel the tremor beneath his words. The galaxy is stable. The Empire has taken control of the outer rim. We are pressing toward the mid-rim next. But there are pockets of resistance. Rebel factions, Jedi survivors. You turn to face him. The faintest trace of discomfort crosses his face. They are insignificant, you say, your voice calm, yet carrying the weight of your power. We have crushed the Republic. We have eradicated the Jedi. Nothing will stop us now. But inside, a shadow stirs. The Jedi, the ones you hunted, the ones you killed, the ones you destroyed. And still, they linger. There are whispers of Jedi survivors, of a spark of hope that refuses to die. They will rise again. You stand before your map, your eyes scanning the galaxy, but you cannot stop thinking of them, of Bastila. You shut your eyes. The memory of her face, so bright, so full of hope, burns in your mind. You remember her voice. You remember the day she stood before you and said, "You can still be saved, Revan. There is good in you. I know it." Can there be good in you? You were once a Jedi. You were good. You fought for peace, for justice. But that man is gone. That man died in the dark depths of war. The galaxy cannot be healed by the Jedi's ideals. The Force cannot be controlled through weakness. You learned that the hard way. And the power of the Sith is the only thing that can shape this galaxy. But it isn't enough. The emptiness inside you is consuming. You leave the war room and head toward your private quarters. You pause in front of the doors, your hand hovering over the control pad. Inside is your personal chamber, a darkened space far from the prying eyes of the Empire's officers. You enter, but there, on the far wall, something catches your eye. It's a relic, a simple Jedi holocron you took long ago. Its presence is muted, distant, but it's still there, locked away. Something that connects you to who you used to be. Your fingers trace the edges of the holocron, and in that moment, something stirs inside you. You feel the pull of it, the light side, faint but undeniable. The temptation to open it, to hear the ancient teachings of the Jedi once more, almost overpowers you. No, you push the thought away. You are no longer that man. You are Darth Revan. But as your hand hovers over the holocron, you hear it. A voice. It's familiar. Her voice. "Revan, come back to me." A sharp pain cuts through you, deep and sudden, like a wound that hasn't healed. You feel it, the call, the doubt, like a dagger in your chest. You turn and stare at your reflection in the darkened glass. The figure that stares back at you is not the man you once were. He is not the man you once wanted to be. This is a monster, a man shaped by power, betrayal, and sacrifice. But somewhere beneath the weight of your choices, beneath the mantle of the Sith, there's a flicker of something else. A reminder of the Jedi, of the ideals you once fought for. The door slides open, and another figure steps in. It is one of your Sith Lords, but this one is different. His presence in the Force is strong, but it is not like the others. He stands before you, his face hidden beneath his hood, his voice soft but insistent. "Lord Revan, we've completed the plans for the next phase of our conquest," he says, kneeling before you, his head low in respect. "The galaxy is yours to reshape." But he hesitates, his words faltering. "What is it?" you ask, your voice low, a sharp edge running through it. "There are rumors," he begins, pausing as if measuring his words, "that there are Jedi on the outer rim, survivors, and they are not the same as those before." The mention of the Jedi stirs something inside you, something deep and painful. You feel the darkness in your chest flare, its pull almost overwhelming. "Are you suggesting there is another threat?" you ask, your voice cold, edged with danger. "No, my lord," the Sith Lord replies, his eyes finally meeting yours. "They are not threats. They are hope." He bows his head again, his words carefully measured. "A hope we cannot allow to rise." You stare at him, the words sinking in. Hope, the very thing you destroyed, the very thing that still haunts you. The voice of Bastila echoes again, louder this time, and you cannot ignore it any longer. "You were more than a soldier, Revan. You were a man." The words twist inside you, the conflict growing. You've fought too long for the Sith, for control. You've given too much to the darkness to turn back now. But can you really be what you once were? Can the galaxy truly heal, or will the cycle continue forever, endlessly? You look at your reflection one last time. The galaxy may be under your control, but you know that there are forces still at work, forces that will never let you escape your past. And you know this: you will never be free. The legacy of a man is not defined by his victories or his failures, but by the choices he makes when the world demands the greatest sacrifice. Power can be taken, but redemption? Redemption must be earned. The galaxy is quiet now. The stars outside your flagship are distant and cold, their light barely visible against the backdrop of the vast, indifferent expanse. You stand before a viewport, staring into the void, feeling the weight of the galaxy pressing down on you. This was never the destiny you envisioned. You thought power would fill the emptiness. You thought it would fix everything. But the galaxy remains broken, even under your rule. You've conquered it, yes. You've reshaped it just as you once promised. You've eradicated the Jedi, dismantled the Republic, and built an empire from the ashes. And yet, the weight of those decisions, the countless lives lost, the wars fought, all of it presses on you day after day. The dark side once promised you clarity, control. But now, it only gives you doubt. You have the power. But what does that power mean when the very thing it was built on is fractured? The room behind you is still and silent, and the presence that fills the room is undeniable. Your council of Sith Lords stand in the shadows, waiting for your orders, their loyalty to you carved from fear and ambition. But you know that loyalty is fragile. The Sith are hungry for more, and as they bow before you, you see the hunger in their eyes, always hungry for more power. There is no trust, only a desire for control. It is a hollow victory, isn't it? A throne built on fear, with no real foundation, no lasting peace. You created it, but you are not happy with it. It is a reminder of who you've become, of who you had to become. A soft, almost imperceptible knock on the door snaps you from your thoughts. You turn, and the figure who enters is one you know well, Luke S. Skywalker. The Jedi you once saw as your greatest enemy, the one who defeated you in battle and saved the galaxy from your own empire. He stands before you now, not in anger, not in judgment, but in something else, understanding, perhaps even compassion. The words between you have always been few, but they have always carried weight. And now, after all that has happened, you know that there is something between you, a bond forged not in the battle between Jedi and Sith, but in the knowledge that both are flawed, both are human. He steps forward, his expression calm. Revan, we've come a long way, haven't we? You don't respond at first. You feel the weight of his words, the weight of your past and the galaxy's future. You know what he means. The destruction, the choices you made, the lives lost, all the bloodshed you caused in the name of power and in the name of something you believed would bring balance. You've rebuilt the galaxy in your image, Luke says, his voice steady. But is it the galaxy you wanted? Or is it one you were willing to break for? You turn to face him, your expression unreadable. His words cut deep, but you know that they are true. This galaxy is a reflection of my choices, you say slowly. The Republic was broken. The Jedi were too weak to save it. I thought I could make it better, but instead I became the very thing I sought to destroy. Luke looks at you, the hint of sadness in his eyes. The question isn't what you were, it's who you can still become. The silence between you stretches, and for the first time in years, you allow yourself to feel the full weight of your past, the darkness that consumed you, the power you sought, the empire you built. All of it was just a mask, a facade to hide the emptiness inside. You feel it now, the emptiness of your actions, of your choices. The galaxy may be yours, but it is a broken galaxy, a galaxy that was never meant to be ruled with power alone. You're right, you say, your voice quieter now. I built an empire, I conquered, but it doesn't matter. The galaxy is still broken, and so am I. Luke steps closer, his hand resting gently on your shoulder. You're not beyond redemption, Revan. Neither is the galaxy. But the question is, what are you going to do about it? You look at him, the weight of the question settling on you. You have been through so much, lost so much. The darkness is still there, inside you, calling to you. But Luke's presence, the light that has always been a part of him, shines through the darkness like a beacon. You can change, you have to change, but the galaxy must change with you. The door opens behind you, and you feel the shift in the Force. The presence of your Sith Lord stands in the doorway, waiting for your decision. They are ready to follow you, as long as you remain in control. They are the shadows of your empire, the ones who would see the galaxy reshaped under your rule. You know that they will never accept weakness. And in their eyes, the moment you falter is the moment they'll strike. But the galaxy doesn't need an empire built on fear. It needs balance. It needs hope. It needs to heal. You turn to Luke. You don't say a word. The decision is already made. Enough, you say, your voice carrying the weight of the galaxy itself. The Sith are finished. The Empire is gone. There will be no more bloodshed, no more wars. We rebuild together. Luke. And his eyes soften, and a faint smile forms on his lips. He steps forward, his presence steady and comforting. This is your true legacy, Revan. Not power, not destruction, redemption. You turn back to your council of Sith Lords, your gaze sharp. The time for ruling through fear is over. The Sith are no more, you declare, your voice resonating through the chamber. Those who wish to live under my rule must change. If they do not, they will fall. The galaxy will be led not by power, but by balance. The Sith Lords stand still, their eyes narrowed, but they know what you've just done. They know that your decision changes everything, and they know, whether they accept it or not, that the galaxy is moving forward. They too must choose a new path. Luke steps beside you, his presence a constant reminder of the light you've chosen. Revan, it's not just about ruling the galaxy, he says. It's about helping it find peace, true peace, and that's something we can do together. For the first time you believe him, and as you stand beside Luke, the weight of your past, of your mistakes, of the choices you made fades, just for a moment. And in that moment, you feel a flicker of what you've always hoped for. Hope. The galaxy is not perfect. It may never be. But in your hands, there is the possibility to make it better. The possibility to heal the wounds you've caused. And perhaps, just perhaps, that is enough.